Welcome to That's the Thing 2 Overture episode 170. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nolan.
Drew's not here. He had a water park adventure. We'll talk about that
He had a
next week.
fun day at the water park.
Man, he had a fun day at the water park, and I'm having to put eardrops in my ear to stop my, earwax tinnitus.
Jesus.
I don't like it.
So is it just like big wax buildup, or
I have no
the wax is
idea.
weird?
It's basically, whenever I'm talking, I get, the tinnitus jingle. The
Oh,
tinnitus whine, but not whenever I'm
yeah.
listening to loud sounds or anything. But it is also whenever wind blows in my ear, so that makes me think there's probably some nasty old wax in there. So I'm putting the anti-earwax drops, and I gotta flush it out in a day. But it's just getting older.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is how it is.
I mean, it makes me feel okay. It's just kind of annoying whenever I talk. Which, wouldn't be an
That's
issue.
when it's bothering you. Yeah.
Well, it's whenever I
If only
talk.
you didn't have a if only you didn't have a podcast or something.
Yeah, that's a slight issue.
where you would talk.
I think it's gonna get to the point where maybe I'll just get used to it, or I just have to pretend that I am in the Ghost of the Shell cyberpunk future, and this is just the tinny of my my cyber ears.
That's the static you hear from your speakers.
Yeah. You see, because
Your cyborg body.
I have to go to my ghost is reacting. Are you watching
Your
that
ghost
at
has
all?
a gut feeling. Yes, I've watched 2 episodes of it and I'm loving it.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's so good.
I understand exactly what you said. I love this version of the Major.
Yeah, I mean, because you could tell she has business on and business off.
Yes.
She clocks in, and whenever she clocks in, she's standalone complex the major, serious business, all business. And then when she clocks in, she's like disaster lesbian. And you're just
It's like my favorite. I love it.
yeah, she's like, oh, haha, I'm silly, and it's like, all right, I gotta get real. We gotta kill this man.
I gotta lock in because we gotta kill some terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta kill some child traffickers.
Yeah, we gotta take out this invisible man with my sniper rifle shot. And then, but then afterwards, it's time for goofs and gags.
It's
It's great. It's still good.
time to get sexualized by my boss's boss.
Yeah. Then I gotta punch him in the mouth.
Yeah.
It's great. No, that show is great. It's really like a faithful manga adaptation where they're just going listen, this is just the manga.
As someone who's only got in with standalone complex
Uh-huh.
and that, I'm like, oh, this is completely different. Now I'm really wanting to check out the manga whenever I get a chance.
I feel like I haven't read the manga, but I feel like I'm getting the here's the chapter breaks, because you can see where the chapters are breaking in the episode, where they're like, and story done, and here's the little gag afterward. It doesn't always
time to move on to another one.
And it's not like a 1-to-1 either. They'll cut it in the middle. We'll just be like, all right, moving on.
I kind of love that.
It's great. It's really good. And the animation's so good. I mean,
It's so good. I love the art style. I love the way everything looks like
it is
so cool, but also just disgusting at the same
so
time.
good. It's such a show where I'm watching it, and it's hard to criticize or talk about because I'm just like, it's all perfect. like no notes. No notes. It's all good. It's all good.
Every so often, I don't know what it is. Amazon will have just one really good anime that you kind of have to watch on there.
Sometimes I'm glad I get to use my dad's Amazon Prime account for the occasional anime that shows up there, and I'm also thrilled. Spider Noir, highly recommended. I'm still like on episode like halfway
Okay.
through it, but man, that
I'm gonna
show
throw that
is
on the
like
rotation
um,
now.
if you like noir detectives, Nicolas Cage, and Spider Man, then this show hits all those notes.
I do like all those. Is it so? Hold on. What level are we getting? Like serious acting Nicolas Cage, or just goofing around Nicolas
We're getting
Cage?
like goofing Nicolas Cage,
Oh,
but
that's my favorite Nicolas Cage.
not like overly goofing, but there's some serious Cage. Like if you want Nicolas Cage as Ben Riley Spider-Man to like put on a fake accent and try to infiltrate somewhere, and if that sounds like a good time, then this is the show for you.
Heck yeah, that does sound like a really good time.
Also, I am astounded at how well Spider-Man translates to down on his luck detective. Like down on his luck noir detective fits in perfectly with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
He's
Well, I
swearing.
mean, yeah. Every Spider-Man has to be. No Spider-Man can be having it good,
No.
in my opinion.
But it's something about it because you feel like this Spider-Man is a lot well, one, it's Ben Riley, but also he's way more just like he'll do some like bad stuff. He's not his morals are kind of a little bit out the window.
Yeah, no, he's a. I want to. My main pull is like Dick Tracy
Well, he's
when
a
I think
noir
of like
detective.
noir detectives.
He's
Yeah,
he's a noir
which
detective,
they're not beyond just murdering a bad guy sometimes.
or cheating, or stealing, or
Oh
lying.
yeah,
It's
yeah, lying 100%.
it's one of my favorite parts about the first episode of Perry Mason, which was written in like the 30s but adapted in the 50s or whatever. Is that Perry Mason is actively lying to the cops and fudging evidence to get his client off because he's like, no, they're cheating, so I'm gonna cheat. And you're like, yeah, all right, it's great.
Mhm.
It's something that like Peter Parker would never do and Miles would
Oh
never
no,
do. And it's a very interesting, it's very dynamic. Very good dynamic. Thrilled about it. I didn't play
and then need all that.
Tokon. Tell me about Tokon.
Oh, so yeah, no, no. So as everyone knows, last weekend was the Tokon beta,
Mm-hmm.
which came out. It feels good.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
also, it feels great. It feels real fun to play. I enjoyed all my matches I had. Modern might be here to stay from now on.
Modern's not a bad control scheme. It's,
It I tried out. So, let's go into it. Tokon. Every character pretty much has okay, not a similar move set, but everyone's motions are the same.
I think the closest is to like from what I've seen, it's like Dragon Ball Fighters, where
Yes.
every character in Dragon Ball Fighters is like 70 to 80% the same character.
Yeah. So this is now 100%. So there's no half circles. Everyone has a quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, DP, and then a down down.
Yeah, they looked like there was a lot of down downs, and like you have your
It's yeah.
trait button or whatever.
Yeah, so you have your unique skill, which is like like Magneto is throwing a car, Doctor Doom is his Aegis reflector, Goblin has his glider.
I saw Storm as she makes like wind, and that can push all her projectiles and herself
It's
around the
it's
screen.
really good because it also affects your allies' projectiles too. So when
Oh,
you're throwing your summons, if you're throwing in like Green Goblin or Penny, it's going to push their
their
projectiles
minds
forward
at
for
them.
these.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick. And then you also have different versions. Not everyone has a version in the air. Some people do, but more or less, you have about five basic moves for your specials. Everyone has the same input for supers, same as Guilty Gear. Everyone's the same.
That's all right.
Quarter circle back forward. I mean, it's fine. It's no big deal.
I think universal super inputs are fine. Like
I'm gonna be honest, it feels great.
I think especially if you're trying to do I would say especially if you're doing a tag game where you need to be like, okay, I need to hit the level 3, and it's back heavy or whatever, like backpack heavy slash is
Yeah.
always level 3, which means if like Penny's doing that, or if it's Deadpool, it'll always do the thing that I need it
Yeah.
to do.
So those are just like those are your basic controls. The modern controls are your R2 button is does whatever super or whatever special you want, and then you use the D-pad. So uh, not moving, hit the button, it does one move. That's your cursor forward. You hit left, right, or down, it does each one corresponding, and then you hit two buttons for a super, and then I think it's two buttons forward for your
The big
okay.
assist
Yeah,
token, a
yeah.
symbol, whatever that is.
So there, no, so that's actually interesting. So two buttons, that's your basic super.
Hmm.
You have a level one and what I would call you just have a level one and a level two.
Yeah.
Now your level three, which is your token symbol, you only get at a specific moment, and that's the round right before your opponent wins. You can
Okay.
pull it out. It's there is a lot of bar management too because you get like it's like 150 and then
It's like Guilty Gear
special move.
tensions.
Yeah, if you what was it? So if you have your basic moves and then you have your enhanced moves.
Hmm.
So if you use enhanced move, it costs 25 off your bar. If you use a super, it's 50. And if you use your level 1 is 50, your level 2 is 100, and then the final big one is 150.
I also think it's cool how like all of the characters, like their, I guess their level 2 gets like a bonus to all their stuff.
Dude, so it's no, it's great. Magnetos, if you hit someone with it, they're magnetized, so if you do the grab animation, they'll like pull towards you. Doctor Doom gets enhanced Aegis Reflector, where it's bigger and lasts longer. Uh, who else was it?
I always like that. I
Oh,
think
it's so
I
great.
think that it, because to me, I always like, oh, and you did your level 3 and now you got like a cool little buff afterwards. It's always like, ah, it
Yeah, I think
activates my
Shuri,
neurons.
Shuri, Shuri, she gets more dashes. Also, the movement in this game feels great.
Oh,
You have a dedicated dash button, which is great. Some characters get multiple dashes. Some get enhanced diagonals. Some people just get teleports. Oh, the Doom teleport feels so good.
I saw
It's, and
he can like dash behind people. He has like that's like
you
his
get straight.
dash.
It's so if you're like hitting, sorry, if you're doing a combo, you hit dash, you get to the other side, then you start doing mix ups. It's so good. Oh, I I'm trying to think what else is it. I mean, it's good. Online isn't that good right now. I mean, that's mainly for me, but I also have a wired connection, so
I can.
eh,
That's also this is their network test, their whatever,
exactly.
and uh, for the most part, I would trust Arc System Works because I think their Wi-Fi, not Wi-Fi, but their internet has been pretty decent. It's been pretty
Yeah,
decent. It's not. It has not been the scourge.
I've I've only had one area where they kind of did a rollback, but it essentially just went back a couple moves, and then we went back to neutral, and I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's always going to happen. You're going to have other
Oh, like, this is
people's
great.
hell is other people, and that's shenanigans. So that's just going to be it. You can't control that.
I mean, honestly, it's really fun. If I'm hoping they do another one, if they do, touch it. It may not be as bad on your hands if you use the
The
modern
yeah,
versions.
the modern time. I'll
It's
consider it.
yeah.
It's one of those things. It just depends on what I'm spending my gamer time on.
Yeah. Oh, and then so I don't know what to call it. I want to call it a six button, but technically you really only have to use five. But really you actually only have to use four because the unique is actually a double button press between triangle and X.
Oh no, I gotta
And
put that
it's
on its own
so
thing. I gotta put
yeah,
that on its own
it's
thing.
Yeah, so it's light, medium, heavy, and then assist is X.
Okay.
Which assist is just an overall. The assists are really good
Yeah,
too.
it's like a forward
I like
assist, a up assist, and a back assist or something.
back assist, and then each where depending on who's in what spot, they do different moves, so
Yeah.
you don't get to choose.
But they're all kind of
But
basic. Like one's always some kind of anti-air, so it's not like you're
yeah,
gonna
so
get
your down's always anti-air, your forward's always a forward projectile, and your back is usually a DP
or some the other
or
the
something crazy.
other.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's the Doom missile. It's the whatever it is.
It no, yeah, they're all great, and it's really just figuring out who do I want where, what is going to help me the most in the situation. And that's not even including like tagging out, because if you tag out from your Doom to like I don't know Iron Man, your Doom takes the spot of Iron Man, so now Iron Man or now Doom is your assist
Yeah.
instead, and so it's going to work differently. So you're going to be like juggling that and trying to figure out what assist is he going are you going to put where.
How does the
Uh,
assembling system work? Because I know like you get more of your characters as the match goes on and as you build your stuff. How does
so
that feel?
this is my only downside to it. I hate the way it feels. At the start of the match, you get your first assist, which is your forward assist. And if you do a wall break or you lose, you get another assist. So if you're just like crushing the other person for like 2 rounds, and now you're on round three, you still only have one assist unless you did a wall break.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the part
It's
I don't like.
the upside is you can choose to just have all assist at the start of the match
Mm.
through like settings. I it doesn't feel good though. I don't know. It's my one gripe about the system
I feel
is I
like
hate not having everyone there.
I like the idea of it unlocking over rounds, but I feel it should be symmetrical. Like
Yeah.
it should it like I think so you should it's like round 1 you have 1, round 2 2, round 3 then you get everyone. And that should be your round if he hits round 3 then you get your big Tokan assemble move. At least that's how
Yeah.
I would do it, but
No, no.
I'm not. There's probably other
I
issues
also
there.
don't like that the big Tokon move is locked behind you about to lose.
Yeah, I feel
If
it feels like the
if it,
Tokon assemble move should be like the Killer Instinct ultra combo, where
yeah,
when you get to the point in health will it will kill and you activate it, you get your cinematic activation like here we go.
yeah, I feel like yeah, that would be a lot better. Uh, Look, I mean, I get the idea. The whole point is like you're a team fighting over like the entire city, and you're breaking through walls to go meet up with your other teammates and stuff, and that's the feeling you're supposed to get. Or like, oh, I got knocked down. My teammates are here to assist me.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't feel good for a fighting game. If anyone's playing that, just turn off the that in settings and just go 4 for 4 right at the start.
Yeah, it just depends how the what the competitive or ranked or whatever they're gonna put it on.
Yeah, that's going to be the big one. I feel like that's going to be the biggest complaint from everyone from this
Yeah.
game because everything else, damn, this game's good. Fuck, Blade is so disgusting.
Listen,
Oh, I want to get better at him.
he looked cool.
He's so cool. He has so many options to get to you and just do insane also, unlike so in Dragon Ball, it was like a lot of you're waiting for like the string to end so you can do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is real easy. Once they do one string, you're good.
Okay.
You can pop out pretty easily. You're never just sitting in a corner waiting for your turn.
Yeah, I think Dragon Balls to me its biggest fault was that the damage was too low or something. It felt like those rounds went forever.
Okay, so the damage is real high in this.
Good. I think fighting
Um,
games should have high damage.
so it's not one touch of death, but if you can get a really good, perfectly execute combo, you can do like 30%. but the other person will still have a chance to get out.
No, I think maybe this is just me. I like that like the bread and butter takes 25%, maybe 30 if you maybe like 40 if you put a super on the end of it. The really good combo does like 30. At least that's how I feel. So it's like or maybe like 35 or whatever. Enough where like you get 3 of them.
While fucking around, there is touches of death, but you need the Tokana symbol to get that.
Well, that's fine.
But once again,
No, if
it's
you're
hard to get.
if
So
you're
I'm like,
burning
cool.
all your resources, then yeah, you should get it. If you're like burning everything, then yeah, that should work.
Like, I'm about to lose. Let me just pop it out. Blah blah blah. Win this round. Okay. I'm at 0 resources now, but now I stopped them from winning. Let's keep going.
Sounds good.
I don't know. It's good. It's a real good game.
What do you think about
I
Phoenix
mean,
Force Cyclops being DLC?
that's I'm so excited for that actually.
That's an inspired choice. I thought they were gonna go with like, nah, here's the Fantastic Four. It's like, no, it looks like it might be Phoenix's. It might be the Phoenix Force.
Oh, well, so Fantastic Four is going to be a team in this because they had like a snippet of story stuff, and the stories like the champion shows up. Champion's like, okay, I'm gonna do this based on teams of a certain number depending on wherever this planet's culture is. So like, hey, one planet they have 100-man teams, so it was 100-1 against the champion.
All right.
And they're like, yeah, so I guess there's like 4 people that went into space, and it shows a picture of the Fantastic Four. So we're gonna do 4-man teams. And I'm like, okay, got it. They're gonna be in the next DLC.
I think putting them as season 2 is correct. I think that's like correct because you give the straight punch for season 2, but season 1 you gotta give them the weirder. But Shumagor,
I have. I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, this is going to be. This is my team. This is what I want. I want Scott, of course. I want Cyclops.
Yeah.
Emma Frost.
Of course.
Psylocke.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jean Grey. So it's Psylocke or Cyclops and his harem.
I can see it. I can honestly see it. I can see.
I mean, they're not going to do that, but
no,
I'd be like, well, that's funny.
I'm just trying to think of like I could see them putting Cyclops in like 2 of those. I don't think they'll put Jean. I think that's too obvious. Because every team has like the weird one. There's like the 2 and then the weird one, but I don't know what would be the weird. Maybe like.
I mean, Morph, of course. He's going to be our.
It'll be Morph.
Who's the Soul Calibur guy?
Mokujin or a Knight Edge Master.
No. The copy guy.
Yeah, Edge Master.
Yeah, it is. Necron? No.
Yeah, put Necron. Put the Necron.
Put Necron.
Put Trazen the Infinite. Warhammer did that one Marvel comic. That was in there.
They could.
They drew Calgar like beating up a Lord of Skulls or something. Put Marnius Calgar in there.
No, yeah, that's who it is. Necrid,
yeah.
Or like the soul thing. Yeah, the copy guy. That's going to be Forge.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, I think you saying Forge. I think that's going to be on there. Forge,
sorry, Morpho.
No,
Forge actually would probably.
Forge is enough of a weirdo that I think would fit. I could see like Phoenix Force Forge like doing shit. I think.
Here's what I'm going to pull. Here's what I'm going to pull my actual guesses from, because they have an X-Men stage and they have models of Beast and Colossus and Gambit and Angel and Iceman.
Okay.
And there's just a spread.
It's all the gang. The gang you want.
All the major ones, yeah.
So yeah, I think
are up there.
Yeah,
so they're probably going to pull from that because they're like, oh, we already have the models. Let's just make some characters.
So I think I'm just trying to think. Like, if you're doing Phoenix Force, it's Emma Frost, it's Cyclops,
it's Colossus.
Phoenix Force Colossus would be really funny.
I would love that.
I don't know.
And like I said, the freak pick, I have no clue.
I'm just trying to.
I don't know who's a freak pick.
I'm just trying to see it like.
It's Charles Xavier,
Oh yeah. All right, I'm trying to
but he's
see.
just in the chair, and you gotta do a mind match with him. You gotta play rock paper scissors.
Okay, I'm just seeing. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, I think you might be right. It's Cyclops, Frost, Colossus. Magic's already in there, right?
Yeah, Magic's already in there.
Apparently, the one I was forgetting was Namor.
Oh yeah, for the Phoenix Force
Yeah, I was saying
5.
yeah, the Phoenix Five, which is but
Namor would be a freak pick.
that would be a pretty freak pick.
Okay.
I think
It's like this
Namor
is
would be.
barely a mutant,
I
but
think you could
okay.
do it, and then you give Emma Frost, you give Magic like a costume or whatever, and then you got all of them.
Oh yeah, because they're also doing like extra
Yeah,
costumes for
there's
some of
some
the
extra
other.
costumes. I saw like classic Iron Man and classic Cap and like PS2 Spider Man and Age of Apocalypse Storm, because of course you're gonna put Age of Apocalypse Storm in there.
It's the best one.
It,
It's the
it's
best.
it's it's everyone's favorite. They got it in one.
It's her white suit, white X-Men suit, and then Age of Apocalypse, and I think feel like those are her two best.
Yeah,
And maybe like I think she has some Wakanda stuff,
that's like
but
the
I'm like
black.
I
That's like the formal black suit, and I think that's fine. I don't. But that's to me that's just a variation of like the. To me, the big storm is like her like cape, whatever from her bracelets that kind of flutter and lets her fly. Like
yes,
that's the key.
it's such a good one.
You have that, and then it's basically just like what kind of leotard slash superhero spandex you want on top of it, and it's all gonna work. Do you
Ooh,
like?
nice.
All right. Here's a question for comic book time. Do you like Cyclops with his hair showing, or with like the cap over? Which one do you like
That's a tough
more?
one. I
Because like the
when
cap
Cyclops
over is more classic, but it's also more kind of I don't know, more stuffy. But I think that kind of fits with him being the leader. But the '90s costume where his hair is up, I've always liked that better.
no, I think I like Cap because whenever he's like wearing a cap or something is when he's not having a good time in life.
That's true.
And that's usually when the best
No,
Cyclops is
you want misery.
on the
Misery
page.
is important. It feels more superhero-y.
Yeah.
I think feeling more superhero-y is important for a superhero. I mean,
Fuck. I once again I cannot wait for that game to get a full release. I can't wait to see what they're going to keep adding to it. I feel like this is probably going to be a main stager for a bit.
but
Everyone's loving this game.
all right, all right. We'll talk about Gundam, and then we'll do part one of nostalgia.
Yeah.
What did you think about what did you think about RG Alex Zero? The
I
RG.
kind of like I love this. I actually kind of like this.
I'm into
I
it.
like I like Gundam. I like Gundam with cape. It's always the best look.
I like Gundam
I
with
like
freak arm.
I like Gundam. I like asymmetrical Gundam as well.
I feel like the plot of this, I already know what they're going to do.
Oh, you think you know what's
Yeah,
gonna happen?
I think I know what's happening here. And what's happening here is if you've watched the hit Gundam 00 movie start starting of Trailblazer or whatever, I think that's just what we're doing, but for show.
Oh, shoot! Yeah, we could be.
Because you have
That's
an
fine.
alien who's making like alien crystal shows up. It's doing mobile suits. It's making like defense mobile suits. It's attacking. It doesn't quite know what's going on. It's gonna bond with our hero and his Gundam, as you can see in the key art, because it has kind of like the robot arm and the orb in the center. And that orb is going to be like one of the aliens, and it's going to represent like the fusion between the humans and aliens to try to come up with a different way or whatever.
Actually, would love that.
I think that's where we're going. I think that's where
Then he's
this is
gonna
going.
he's gonna have to stop the humans from hurting the aliens, but he's also gonna stop the aliens from hurting the
Yeah,
humans.
because the aliens are gonna have some fucked up shit going on with them. Because they're gonna be like, What would be cool is if we like you see like human Xeon or whatever and human factions, and then he mind melds with the aliens, and it turns out they're dealing with the exact same shit. Like the Gorbalon Empire is coming here, and they're putting us all dead.
I want no no. I want it to be like he's in the normal Gundam at the first, and he's like hearing his like friends die, and like, oh no, up, and then he like melds, and then you hear the Glorblons going, oh no,
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 that's what I think's gonna
and they're
happen.
screaming to death.
I think
I would actually love that.
I think it's
And
gonna.
he's like, oh fuck,
And
war is hell.
obviously, it's not gonna go super well because this is a video game tie-in. This is the
Yeah.
tie-in to the video game, and they're still fighting the apocalypse. Also, okay, so the director, whatever guy, did Standalone Complex. Did you see that?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
No, the director lead of this of RG Alex
Okay.
is the same guy who did Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex.
Oh, never mind.
No.
Now I'm even more excited.
No,
for this.
there's actually like this is not like random. They got some heat. Now we as we saw with G-Quux, heat doesn't 100% translate. If this is like 12, but I think this could probably be better with 12 episodes because we're not going to be split between like alternate universal century and whatever. I think it's just going to be one story, and that could work.
Yeah.
Ideally, I'd want 24 at least, but you know.
Well, it's also game tie-in when
Yeah.
the Gundam Game 2 comes out. They're like, all right, let's do the next season.
Yeah. Also, did you read any of the lore or any of the things behind this sucker?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I've just seen like all the stuff.
Okay,
I'm literally just in the trailer.
Okay, so you've seen the trailer. So I watched the stupid presentation and I read the website because I'm a bit of a fiend for Mobile Suit Gundam, and basically, tell me if this sounds familiar. There there might be a little familiar with another sci-fi franchise. For you see, one time, humanity, they might have discovered an alien object that allows that amplified their technology, you know, with like faster than light travel, manipulation of gravity, and other stuff. You know, like altering gravity, like some kind of Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Oh, you trying to change some sort of Mass Effect?
Yeah, you're trying to change the mass.
What?
So this Gundam, and then it turns out maybe that orb or whatever was like the harbinger of an alien force coming in. I don't know. I'm just saying. This is also
like,
Gundam
uh-oh.
Mass Effect. Yeah,
My name's John Gundam. This is my favorite place in the city.
I think kind of is. I mean, I looked at the main character. He looks kind of bland, not Amuro Ray. It's gonna be interesting. I'm intrigued. I think I know where it's going, but I'm intrigued. Also, Gundam, it's still pretty cool. The game looks cool. I think that the game should have come first, though. I think the game should be like chronologically. I think the game should happen, and then the anime should happen second, so the anime can have a better ending. And I also think it's weird that a game is like 100 years after. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. Although it does make me curious. I have no idea how this fucker's gonna end. It could end really disappointingly. It could end with just like, now play the video game to find out what happens next.
So we know what's happening.
Watch as our main character, after defeating Not Shar Aznable, like encases himself in like the crystal to be released on your PlayStation 5 in 100 years.
There's going to be a moment where it's like, oh god, it's that Gundam.
It's the Gundam. God, what was it? This one's the
He's been
RG
lost for
Alex.
years.
The other one's the Gundam Helix. There we go.
I'm trying to see, when does it come? Because I know the new,
it's
so
next
the
year.
Gundam show is next year.
Yeah.
When does the game come out?
I think the game is also next year.
It's also next year.
Yeah. It's Gundam Rogue.
Rogue Orbit.
Rogue Orbit.
And this is Mobile Suit Gundam
RG
RG
Alex, even though it's
X
RGXARX.
XARX0.
Yeah, it just says release date 2027. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be something along the lines of anime is going to be in the summer, video games going to be in November, or it's going to be in
Yeah,
the fall.
that is the usual.
That's kind of
Okay.
because listen, everything ran away from Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto will come out this year unless it gets delayed again, and then everything's gonna scramble.
Everyone except for the real warriors, which is
It,
Godzilla.
no,
Destroy all
Godzilla doesn't
monsters.
fear. Also,
It
Godzilla.
fears nothing.
I feel like a lot of video games are just like if you know you're not competing in that space, you can release.
Yeah.
The Godzilla and the Grand Theft Auto are not in any. There's no there's no
There's no
overlap.
overlap.
There's
Zero.
zero. Yeah, but I'm excited for it. Some people are complaining about it on the internet, which internet will always complain about it. But
Who who cares if it's okay? As long as it's not weird stuff happening in UC, you shouldn't care.
well, that's why.
If it's alternate timelines, who
Yeah,
cares?
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter here. That's the whole. That's the genius of how Gundam's made relevant. Is it just it'll go, hey, we're just gonna try something weird over here, and you're like, that's cool. Did you like
That's
Witch from
awesome.
Mercury? And you're like, yeah, I did. It's like, yeah, you know, Suletta doesn't have to hang out interfere with Xeon
Yeah,
or
he doesn't have to worry.
or the Vespa unit or the Bespa unit. Now, but they all have to interfere with Turn A. I still love the idea that everything eventually coalesces in Turn A. I think that's cool.
That's the true end.
If
Yeah.
the video game super move, okay, so here's like if the video game ends with you doing the super move to defeat all of the alien known as the apocalypse, and you get the moonlight butterfly wings, I'm gonna lose my shit. Because that means that's like, nah, this is closer to Turn A than all the other Gundams in its own little time zone. Because Turn
I
A
would
did
love
those
that.
butterfly wings, and those blew up the world. Fucked them up real hard. Love it. But yeah, I'm excited. Big excited for Gundam. I'm glad it's still chugging. But what about other nostalgia things? How are you feeling about all this nostalgia pandering? As we just talked about two things that are nostalgia pandering of superheroes and Mobile
Yeah.
Suit Gundam.
I mean, we've entered I don't know. I feel like maybe not a decade long, but at least around the 2020s of everyone just pandering to nostalgia. Everyone re-releasing games that just people know about or shows that people know about or just anything
I
that has like
think
previous
because I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think, and I speak coming from middle class, upper middle class white privilege. So I'm gonna put that out here. That
yeah.
basically from COVID, which was 2020 on, it's the first time where it feels like a decline. This is the first like 80s to 90s, 90s to 2000, 2010s, even though there was like great recessions and there's problems, but it always felt like stuff was either improving or getting better. And I'll even go with like in video games. Like in video games, you went from like the Super Nintendo to the 64 to the GameCube, and then I don't know, you had the Wii, but you get what I'm saying. Like the graphics got better, and then around like PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, it didn't really get better. It really it's like the same. And then it
Yeah, I
kinda,
mean honestly.
and then it's gotten worse, and it's gotten like marketably worse, and it feels worse. And I understand that maybe a lot of dominoes falling apart, but it feels worse. There's also a Chris Wolfhart tweet or Skeet or whatever, where he was saying something along the lines of the video game industry is now chasing the dragon of COVID, but COVID can't happen. Like you'll never
COVID,
have COVID numbers ever again because that was literally people were locked inside.
everyone was inside playing video games because that's all you could really do.
That's all you could do, and the government gave you like a check for $2,000, which you could spend either on crypto if you're an idiot or video games.
But use that to buy a Switch.
And that it's like you got your Switch, you got your Animal Crossing, and let's go. Or you did your World of War, like that was it. And it's like that's never gonna happen again. So your numbers are going down. And then you get, when you're just afraid, you're pandering. Cause like, and it's weird pandering. So I mean in our nostalgia fury, have you played Fortnite either ever or recently?
I mean, yeah, I've played Fortnite, but I know it's getting worse.
Well, it's like it's their crossover pandering is now just so bizarre because it doesn't feel like it's targeting kids, and I think that's what's weird about it.
No, what child is getting pandered to by John Wick?
I was gonna say like our like beach party Batman, and
yeah,
the current Fortnite, it's like beach party Batman and John Wick. And I had to do it because I logged in recently just to see what the deal is. I'd log in Fortnite every so often to see like what a season is or something. Mainly, and I don't buy anything because mainly after I got my Doomslayer skin, I was good. I got my Doomslayer skin where your pickaxe is like the Crucible sword and your little glider's the Caco demon. I'm like, I'm good. That's it.
I got stale, and that's all I really wanted, and I'm like, cool.
No,
I'm done.
you get it, and you're done. And I have so many stupid skins in that game.
What child is interested in? I'm sorry, I'm looking at the store right now. What kid is like, man, I really want the Ben 10 Alien Force?
Because that's not for because that's like not for
That's not
them.
for children.
There was like one of the more recent ones. It was like for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. And I'm like, what 10-year-old is really hyped for The Odyssey?
No child cares about that.
I'm like almost a 40-year-old man, and I don't want to watch it because it's 3 hours long. I'm like, that's too long for a movie.
You're first of all, you're being a little baby there, but yeah,
Melissa, the only thing I will sit down for 3 hours is a video game essay about some jank ass from I've recently watched Medullar's like Kingsfield retrospective, and it was like 3 hours long, and I loved it. I'll sit down and watch that.
Well, but you're also taking breaks. You're doing stuff in between.
Yeah, that's like
You're not stuck into a theater.
Yeah, that's second monitor content or part that replaces the podcast I listen to before I go to bed. When I could get some sleep. But it's also because I don't see any. I feel like I don't see stuff for kids anymore. And it's very weird. How do like maybe because I'm not in it or whatever, and I don't. But it feels like when I go to the mall, when I'm doing my boomer walk at the mall, and I'll look into stores and I'll see like Naruto stuff, or I'll see like the closest thing I saw to like what the kids are into. It's like I saw Digital Circus, and I was like, okay, that's like something for the youths. I get that.
Yeah.
But I still haven't seen there's no cartoons anymore. And I think that's also sort of the deal because we've entered in such a non a specialized thing that the only times that companies can like even the companies have nostalgia, if that makes sense, where they're like, yeah, remember when Ben 10 came out and it made a lot of merchandise and people really liked Ben 10? Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that felt so good. How about we just do Ben 10 again, and it like fails. And they're like, oh no.
Let's see. man, one of our biggest pulls for like the last, decade was Teen Titans. Maybe we should redo that.
It's it's like why like it's like the people really loved Avatar: The Last Airbender, but that's like an old show. Like Avatar is not like when did it? Because like that
2008,
Avatar: Last Airbender
2009.
2005.
Oh, that's even worse.
So Avatar was
Oh,
like
that's even worse.
2005, and it's like, and now they're like releasing the movie of like, hey kids, don't you love Avatar: The Last Airbender? And it's like, no, Avatar: The Last, like if you are 18 right now, Avatar ended before you were born. At least I think so.
Yeah.
Let me check this out. Let me do some quick math, some
No,
embarrassment math.
fuck. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yes.
I was
You
right.
were unborn.
No, you would.
when
I think
Avatar-
actually you would have just been born. If you're 18 now, you would have been born when Avatar: The Last Airbender was ending, like the finale. When Aang was doing the spirit bending on Fire Lord Ozai, you were being birthed.
You were playing with blocks and chewing on every item you can get your hands
You
on.
might have seen Korra as a 5-year-old or something.
And been like, why is there a woman? Get this off the screen.
You might have said "Goo Goo Gaga" cartoon,
I got cartoon.
and you would have.
Whoa.
Wow.
They're doing bending.
Wow, that man killed himself.
No.
And SpongeBob was laughing. That was good times. That was good times. But yeah, it's such like it's weird. It's weird, and I feel like, and maybe I don't like. It's hard because I want to say I don't like nostalgia, but then everything on the show we talked about like Spider-Man and like all sick. It's Cyclops and Gundam, but even still, it's like Gundam. I would say reinvents itself literally every time. Like that's part of the charm. Part of the charm of that entire series and why it's lasted for almost 50 years is it's just like it's something. It's way different every time.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. It's do companies think that we can just go back in time and relive these feelings?
I think it's that, like, and part of it maybe is just how economics is working, where when we were kids, the toys were marketed to us, but then as the looming recession and whatever changed, that you can't market to kids anymore. You have to still market to us. Like you still have to market to you and me, saying, "Hey, remember this? Hey, remember this, man, children?"
Guys,
Because
no, just
we can't.
just guys, move on. Magic the Gathering. We don't need Ninja Turtles or Star Trek or Star Wars or The Hobbit.
Yeah, but what
It's
about next
fine.
year when the rumored set is The
Just
Legend of Zelda? Huh? How you feeling
oh
about
my
that?
god,
How you feeling about
that
that?
makes me want to just blow up Wizards of the Coast.
I want to quote Artemis because we were
What'd
talking
you say?
about like the magic, and she described the vibe of the Hobbit set as an MMO starting area. And I think it was like it's so apt
Oh, that's perfect.
because
Holy shit.
it's so like bland, and it's because I understand like Tolkien and Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit is like fundamental to Western fantasy as a whole, but it's so bland. It's like here's like dwarf, here's like giant wolf, here's mean goblin. It's like here's red dragon, and I understand that Smaug is like the dragon in fantasy. Like I get that, but when you're showing him, it's like look, here's a red dragon. He loves treasure. It's like, but that's like every red dragon. So it makes it seem so bland. It makes it seem so bland. It's a different kind of unsettling than like Ninja Turtles or Marvel superheroes, where it's like it's not just elf, it's like the most generic elf because it's Lord of the Rings elf.
It's so. I mean, and then well, I'll also pull this inside the packs, which I mean, this is just. I hate collector stuff now. I hate it because everything is now monetized. You know, so Magic the Gathering has it's like the feast or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like make sure you get these cards. They're gonna it's gonna be the big new set. It's gonna be the new big collector thing, and just everyone's gonna buy them up to.
Well, it's
Get that.
part of like it's the disgust. It's I saw a tweet
Like
recently.
you saw a tweet recently.
It was something along the lines of like I can't remember. It was like it to quote John Wick, it was the picture of John Wick surrounded by guns, and it just said me as I'm not addicted to gambling in modern society. Where it's like everything's trying to get me to gamble and FOMO, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna get me. I also think it's the idea of nostalgia as just like it's like trying to be safe, but it's also like cheating because it's trying to be
Yeah,
like, yo, you remember this when you were a kid? And it's like, yeah, because you're trying to conflate my memories of like my rose tinted view of childhood and trying to conflate that to like now. And I get it because I feel that way sometimes. Like I at the time I know I hated elementary school. I hated it to death. But as time has gone by, all the old memories have faded, and now it's just like recess and pizza parties, and my brain's like, "Oh yeah, elementary school was great." Cuz it's just all I remember is pizza parties and recess and kickball. I don't re- I
yeah.
mentally I understood how boring it was to be sitting in a class and like sitting there for 6 hours a day and doing homework and math and not liking it. I remember that. I can justify that, but I like memories. It's like nah. Remember going to the cafeteria and biting those weird Kool-Aid, cool, biting the Kool-Aid jammers or whatever. But it's like yeah, but that wasn't it. It feels like you're trying
Yeah.
to. It's like you're trying to prey upon my brain, and I don't like it. I don't like you trying to play upon my brain. I'm old now. I have
It's like
different chemicals.
yeah. It's like the what is it? It's so this it would be the thing of like people remembering high school. It's
Yeah.
like, oh man, those are great times. Those are so fun. Those are the best times. Like they weren't the best times ever. You've had better times
Hmm.
since high school, but it's so long ago and you only keep the good pieces of it.
Yeah, like you keep the good stuff, and you also you've as you've time has gone on, there's been different worse experiences and worries come around. We're like, remember when I was worried in high school about like getting a corsage and taking a girl to the prom, which I did, and then it's like now I have to deal with rent and I have to deal with the tinnitus in my ear and my hands breaking. You know, it's like different. Or you have like real life problems. You have real life
Yeah.
problems that are showing up where you're like, oh man, I had to save up like $30 to go buy the new Pokemon game for my DS or whatever. And then all I can think of like recently, not relatively recently, but a couple like maybe a year ago, which was like I had to get a new car battery and it was like $200.
I had to fix my oh no, I've had to fix some problem with my AC. This is a nightmare.
I went to the dentist and it was like $80. And that was just like the cleaning. And and you know what? I'm not killed of it, but like that's a video game, That's a video game
Yeah.
I spent going to have a place where they looked at my teeth and cleaned them and said, "Nah, you're good." And I'm like, "Oh, thank God." But that's not a child
No.
problem. Me, like, because I was also thinking like my good times in school was like, I would say kindergarten through fifth grade. Then we hit the dark era of 6 through 10. And then we hit like the new dawn, which was 11 through college, where I'm like, oh, I figured it out now. And then I had a great
Yeah.
time. I had a great time my
Oh
senior
yeah.
year in high school. Like my junior, senior year of high school, I had a great time because I
I
figured it
you
out.
know now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like one of the biggest and this is our the biggest nostalgia trip is Bethesda's Skyrim
Yeah.
has gotten re-released so much because so many people during their college years just played the hell out of that game.
Well, it's also it.
And
No, I played shit ton of Scott. I got mad.
oh, yeah.
I will live it down where it was Giant Bomb's Game of the Year with Skyrim came out, and it was between Skyrim and, to me, the superior game, Saints Row the Third, and Saints Row the Third lost to Skyrim, and I
It's
was mad
that's a great game.
because I fucking love Saints Row the Third. I think that is one of the best video games. There's just so much. Like, it is a video game player ass video game where the stuff it's doing, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Like,
Oh man.
when that game turns into a text adventure for a little bit, and you're just like, this is great. Like, this is what Grand Theft Auto 6 should be, where you're like, first
Yeah.
mission is you're like calling in airstrikes, and then like the shield helicarrier is flying in to stop gang violence, and you're like, yeah. You're
Yeah.
transforming hover tank as like I Need a Hero is playing, and you're flying through the city and fighting the GI Joes, but you're keeping up with the GI Joes because I think it was like, quote, I lived on the streets. It was so stupid, and I always loved it. It's like how I wanted the Fast and Furious movies to be. Also, there was like a zombie invasion. See, I thought Saints Row 4 got too silly. Like it was
It went too far.
It was too weird, and the superpowers were like, because in Saints Row 3 you did get superpowers, but they were the kind of like, I don't know, you'd have like two pistols with unlimited ammo and explosive rounds. I'm like, that's your superpower. Your
Oh
superpower
yeah.
is you're like a video game character.
You weren't like no, you still had to have a car
Yeah.
or a jet to fly around.
Yes. You still needed to
But
steal and
like
use cars, but
yeah,
eventually those cars became like hover tanks and like a jet
hover
bike,
takes
which is
fuckers are
like,
so
yeah, at
sick.
the end, and you're like, yeah, okay. My superpower is I got like my shield helicarrier, hover tank, jet bike, and I was flying around, and you're like, yeah, now this is strong. I'm breaking. The game is now broken. Whereas Saints Row like 4, it was like broken from the start. It didn't have a progression. Also, Saints Row 3 had the mission where one of the levels was just you had to drive around with a tiger in your car for some reason.
Yeah.
That game's good.
I'm literally remembering one of my favorite levels, which is getting out of the brothel and you're on a gimp pulled chariot
Yeah!
blowing up other gimps, and I'm like, this game's awesome.
They had like
This
the
game's the
wrestling.
perfect level of silly.
It was like the wrestling
Oh
gang boss, and you had to fight him in SummerSlam, and then he was like cheating, and you're like, oh, this game's great.
yeah,
This game's great.
it's awesome.
It's stupid. It's very, very stupid, very 2000, early 2000s, so keep that in mind, but still great. But yeah, like Skyrim, I think it says something that Skyrim has been released like all the time, and they have not made another Elder Scrolls. Like, they haven't. That was, remember, like
No.
the other day, Todd Howard and them were like, we're actually making an Elder Scrolls and a Fallout video game, right? And you're like, it took you this long? Like,
Yeah,
like, as soon as the Fallout TV show got good, you should have like instantly greenlit, okay, we're making Fallout whatever. New Fallout New Fallout. See, listen, Mobile Suit Gundam understood we're gonna play our video game and our anime, and they're gonna come out close to each other. We're gonna do our transmedia project life, whatever. It's gonna work. But yeah, I don't know. I just
Yeah. It's. I mean, we've already gotten the talk of Microsoft is forcing Todd Coward, to make New Vegas again,
yeah.
or I guess to let Obsidian make New Vegas.
Yeah, make New Vegas too. But even still, I think it that's like the profound stupidity of just I guess corporations in general. But you're just saying like that would have been a slam dunk like 10 years ago. If you did this like 10 years ago, and you're saying like, hey, we're doing a new Fallout, we're doing New Vegas 2 and new Fallout, and everyone would be like, yeah, okay. Like I could go for a Fallout video, a Fallout or Elder Scrolls every 5 years. I could have done that. And in the 360, that's kind of how the 360 era had two Elder Scrolls games and two Fallout games. It was
Yeah.
you launched with
Yeah.
Oblivion, then you had Fallout 3, then the next year you had Fallout New Vegas, and then you had Skyrim. You had four, and then PlayStation 4, nothing. Oh, actually, PlayStation 4, you had Fallout 4. I'm mistaken. You had Fallout 4 and Fallout 76.
And was Starfield PS5 or was that still
Starfield's
PS4?
PS5 slash XX or whatever. That's current gen. That was Starfield, which that was Todd Howard was gambling big. I think Todd Howard wanted No Man's Sky. That's what that read to me. Is that game began production when everyone was hype about No Man's Sky, and then they didn't realize that like No Man's Sky released it ass busted and took another like 10 years to get to a good game. So
Yeah.
so now Todd's like it's like how everyone tries to do extraction shooters because they decided that was the new buzzword when they didn't realize that that's like a closed genre, or like hero shooter. We're like, the only way you're gonna do that, you gotta have some real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything that you feel like that? Because I feel like this is going to be going on for a
Oh no,
while.
we're
Is there anything that's like now is somewhat new and interesting that you feel like is going to be uh turned into nostalgia slop in the next 5 to 10 years?
um I think I'm trying to think of like what it is, because I think what's struggling is a lot of these the major corporations are struggling to hit stuff. I think part of the reason why Glitch Productions is like hitting it out of the park is because they're going up against nothing. Like these shows would literally be Cartoon Network shows, but Cartoon Network was burnt. So now like Digital Circus, Game Over, whatever. A lot of their shows like that would be a Cartoon Network show, but Cartoon Network's dead. So now they just get to eat it because that
Not
marketing
only is
is.
I'll double it down. Not only is Cartoon Network dead, I feel like Adult Swim's dead too
Oh, Adult Swim's dead, and
because they just released I don't know, Rick and Morty, but it's the President Show.
yeah, and like they're trying to do like Adventure Time prequel again. Remember, I just checked it out. Adventure Time also
Oh,
came out in like 2010.
guys, just make something new, please.
You have these people. You need to make new shows for children. I saw a thing and it was like My Little Pony. There's a leak of My Little Pony, and they're just doing the friendship is magic again.
Oh yeah,
Like they're doing like that ponies again, which I don't know. I feel like Hasbro completely dropped the ball on that. That's one of those things.
now Which also, I mean, they've done this. They've brought back Transformers. I don't know how many times. They've tried to bring back GI Joe. I think at least 3 times.
Yeah. Well, they keep failing with Dungeons and Dragons, even though people like it. See, I don't
No, the Dungeons and Dragons movie was like a good movie.
know.
They
It was
need to
great.
make more like that.
I
But I
keep
don't know
hearing
why they're
that the
like, well,
He-Man movie was legitimately pretty good, and I just don't know.
it's no. So I'll bring it up again. It's an okay movie. It has some cool stuff to it, but unless you're unless you're super into He-Man, you're not gonna like super enjoy it. If you're just gonna be like, hey, this is a movie I'm gonna turn on in the background, it's okay.
I watched the
That,
scene where Skeletor was mind dominating He-Man and just showing up in his life past. I thought that was really funny.
no, it's cool because I mean you're like, okay, they're gonna do big man fight, and then Skeletor's like, all right, let's go to your mind palace.
Skeletor showing up at like the gym is really funny. I'm just saying that.
And
That's really funny.
I'm literally thinking, I'm like, Skeletor's never used this once before in the entire movie, and we're just seeing it now.
Oh, of course, because it's for a stupid gag.
Yeah.
But I think that one, the crux of nostalgia is trying to just ride the nostalgia high without doing anything to like to make it good. Like if you make it good, then everything is forgiven. I kind of feel like it's similar to comedy, where every joke, everything can be made into a joke, but you have to really make sure it's funny if it's about something controversial or the consequences are disastrous. Or
Yeah.
nostalgia made the consequences aren't as disastrous, but to me, it's like it just fails real scummy if you're
No,
trying.
look, One Piece, the live action, is made with nostalgia, but it's also very just good.
Yeah, like if you
The Speed Racer, Wachowskis, they loved Speed Racer. There's love in that movie. Also, it's just a good movie. Same with He-Man. The guy who it's the owner of Luca,
yeah, I think of
the
something.
the really cool studio.
Yeah.
Studio. He loves He-Man and he loves the silliness of it, and you feel it in this movie. This one just isn't a good movie, but like he did a great job with it.
Well, it's like I think it's fine. I think nostalgia like cinnamon is fine when you're using a little bit of it, but I don't want to eat it like a teaspoon of it. Like I'm not going to eat a tablespoon of cinnamon. That's going to make you throw up. But you put a little bit of
Yeah.
cinnamon in like your treats. It's going to be
Listen, yeah,
it's
I'm
going to
gonna
be good.
yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit on there. Listen,
I'm not above it.
I'm gonna put a little chocolate powder on my tiramisu. All right,
Yeah,
I'm not
listen.
gonna overwhelm it.
No. Listen, I am still piggy oink oink, and whenever whenever I looked at like the alternate arts of like the Gundam card game, and then I saw like Master Asia doing like kung fu poses, I'm like, oh, sick, he's doing it. I
Yeah.
kind of want it.
No, I'm. Listen, I'm also a little picky because I'm watching season 2 of One Piece, and then I'm also watching the new season of King of the Hill. So once again, I'm not saying that
No,
nostalgia is a necessarily bad thing, because there's good stuff that uses nostalgia, but it grows upon
yeah,
itself
no, you have
to
to.
make
I just think you just
an
have to be
entirely
good,
new experience.
and you have to be good. That to me, the long and
Yes.
short of it is if it's good. If you're doing like that, we talked about that whatever Big Bang Theory like prequel where they're like, oh crap, we're in Game of Thrones, we're in whatever,
Oh yeah,
say fails to
the
save the world or whatever
multiverse
multiverse
show.
show, and you're like, this
I
is
don't know.
just garbage, and you're like you're trying to skate by saying, look at that, point at the screen and say, I know who that is. If that's like all you got, then it's just bad. You gotta have some meat on those bones. Like with Ghost in the Shell, you just need to be immaculately animated. If you're immaculately animated, I'm gonna be like, yeah, yeah, all right, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah. It just, I don't know.
If the looming Gundam, and this will be the last thing because it's too hot in here. If the
Yeah. Oh yeah.
looming Gundam 0079 remake and they're gonna reanimate it to the caliber of Stardust Memory, then I'll say okay, then let's go.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
Stardust Memory to me is the best that Gundam's ever looked.
It is. It's so good.
You could argue like Char's counterattack, but I still think that's kind of like still like OVA quality, movie
No,
quality.
I mean,
I
it's good, but I feel like War in the Pocket and 0079 are just better looking.
I think Stardust Memory is the best looking. I think
But no, Star Wars number is number
War in the
one.
Pocket, I think is way better in terms of written, but I think in terms of raw, like the prettiest Gundam, the best Gundam has ever looked is Stardust Memory.
Oh yeah, no, it's number one, and I'm putting War in the Pocket below. You know what? Eighth MS team, it's going in third.
Yeah, well, that's like the OV. The OV. Okay, we'll say that the
These are
the
just
Universal
so good.
Centuries OVAs look incredible. I'll also count the PlayStation 2 video game cutscenes where they reanimated parts of original Mobile Suit Gundam. Those are counted because those are the same quality. They look really good.
Oh gosh,
Some
yes.
of the like look at like Journey to Jaburo or whatever anime cutscene or Gundam versus look at one of those. It looks really good. Looks really good. But with that, I gotta say later days. Bye.
Bye.